It's a real honour to have Ustadh Amjad Tarsin with us today, originally from Ann Arbor, Michigan. He combines his passion for English literature and Islamic studies, both of which he studied at the University of Michigan. His pursuit of Islamic knowledge led him to study at Dar al-Mustafa in Yemen, where he learned from esteemed scholars. He holds a Masters of Arts from Hartford Seminary's Islamic Chaplaincy Program and served as the Muslim chaplain at the University of Toronto before joining Al-Maqasid faculty. The Ustadh is an accomplished translator and podcaster. His works and episodes focus on spiritual refinement and understanding of Islamic teachings in a contemporary context. Welcome, Ustadh Amjad Tarsin.
Thank you very much. MashaAllah.
It's wonderful to have you with us today.
It's wonderful to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
And your first time in England, in Bradford, in the UK.
Yes.
So you're very welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
So Ustadh, how do you perceive the role of cultural and religious diversity in strengthening societal bonds in your field of expertise?
That's an excellent question. I think in today's world, we live in a globalized village where we have diversity, whether certain people might like it or not. Is that now in today's world, it's easy to travel, we're connected through the internet, so people are exposed at various levels, both kind of in their day-to-day lives and in terms of what they see of the world. Now, the role of religious teachings and spiritual teachings is that human beings have a tendency to incline towards the ego, which could lead to people being very attached to their own particular racial or ethnic group, or maybe even religious group. And that can lead to, despite the fact that we're together, it can lead to divisions and fissures. What religious and spiritual teachings do is that it's actually meant to refine our souls. It's meant to actually tame the ego. There's a verse in the Quran that really speaks to this exact point, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Most High, says that we created you into various peoples and tribes so that you may get to know one another. That there is a wisdom and a beauty in the way that the divine has diversified us. And we come to know each other, and by coming to know each other and respecting one another, we actually witness the beauty and marvel of God's creation. So the spiritual element actually helps us get beyond the egotistical things that tend to divide us. So I think that's one of the main contributions that religious teachings and spiritual teachings will have in an increasingly diverse world.
Your beautiful answer. Thank you so much. And in your experience, what are the most effective strategies in challenging stereotypes and misinformation about Islam and Muslims?
One of the biggest ways of overcoming that is through education and through exposure. One of the reasons I was really excited to come to the Bradford Literature Festival is that it is a literature festival that is geared towards the broader community, and that there is sort of a niche demographic for Muslim audiences and authors and so forth, but that it's actually interacting with broader society. And just through exposure and education and having these conversations, we'll be able to show the true beauty of Islam, and we'll be able to bridge some of the gaps that exist between people and clarify what Islam really is, as opposed to certain things that might happen on the geopolitical stage that is clothed in this is Islam versus, other religions or other peoples. But just through that exposure and that education, people will see the truth.
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea, like this, situated within the broader context, so we're not separated or fragmented, we're all together, and that strengthens those.
That's one of the things that made me so excited about coming.
And we're so excited to have you with us as well. So what initiatives or projects have you been involved in that align with the aims of the Islam and Muslims initiative? Ones that foster intercultural understanding and cooperation.
Yeah, I think I can't really name one particular project or initiative. I think at the heart of everything that we're doing, I work in the realm of education. I was a chaplain for 7 years at the University of Toronto. At the heart of everything that we're doing, every opportunity to teach, whether it's teaching someone who happens to be Muslim, or even having an educational opportunity with the broader community for people of other faiths. At the heart of everything we're doing is trying to be able to present the true beauty and wholesomeness and positivity of the spiritual potential of Islam, and really trying to give Muslims the direction and the skills to be able to live in a way that benefits not only them, but benefits all those around them. That Islam is meant to be in conversation. It's meant to be, practiced through our dealings with others. It's not just a religion that takes place in the mosque, but that when someone becomes beautified and rarefied through the spiritual purification process, it's meant to impact their families, their neighbors, their co-workers, and broader society. So I think at the heart of everything that we're doing, through education specifically, is meant to speak to that, to bridge those gaps, to allow people to really benefit from the fruits of Islam, even if they themselves happen not to be Muslim, whether it's through their neighbors or their social circles or otherwise. And it can kind of go broader at various levels in terms of institutionally and so forth.
Brilliantly put. And Ustadh, as a translator of significant Islamic texts and as a spiritual educator, how do you navigate the complexities of rendering classical spiritual teachings in a way that resonates with contemporary audiences, particularly young Muslims who are seeking guidance in today's globalized world?
You know, a lot of the challenges people face, as complex as they are, and it's not an oversimplification, as complex as they are, the solutions remain quite simple. And the beautiful thing about spirituality is that it's timeless, is that we'll face different challenges 50 years from now, people 50 years ago faced different challenges and so forth. But really, as long as we are able to speak to the heart and soul, and people are able to have clarity and direction and purpose and meaning in their lives, then they'll be able to approach whatever set of challenges they're faced with a toolkit that allows them to engage positively and productively. And I think one of the biggest challenges is really taking these spiritual teachings and applying them to what seems like a modern world that is so divorced from religion and spirituality. But in many cases, it's exactly what people need, because the emptiness of a life that really is surrounded by just material and hedonistic pursuits, the solution to that emptiness, and you see it in people's anxiety and depression and kind of mental health challenges that people face, is providing that meaning and cultivating the heart. That really helps people come out of that and really be able to have this purpose and a role in society and feel empowered in many ways, which helps them navigate whatever it is that they will face.
Yeah, and it's a particularly challenging time for everybody right now, but your words of wisdom have been so beneficial. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It's been an honor speaking with you.
The honor is all mine. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you.